Justine, thank you. Conference 2014, next year, will mark the 20th anniversary of the first Liberal Democrat conference which I attended, which was a lively affair in Brighton in 1994. Some of you may well remember that conference, and it was something of a media dream. There was a debate on legalizing drugs, and then another backing the provision of state-regulated brothels, followed by a row over plans to abolish the monarchy, and it all culminated in Paddy Ashdown doing what the media called storming off the stage. It was my first conference, and there was a moment when I feared it might be our last. And through the last 20 years, though, I have always felt incredibly proud of this party. But if I am honest, really honest, I've sometimes, walking through the streets of the conference venues that we go to in Bournemouth, Birmingham and Brighton, wondered what the local inhabitants make of our particular political tribe when we visit for our annual conferences. For many people, it is difficult enough to understand what makes any sensible person want to spend all of their time engaged in politics at a national or a local level. And it is even more difficult to understand those who commit their time when their party has for so long had little direct opportunity in national politics to put its principles into practice. Nye Bevan, some of you will remember, taunted the Labour conference of October 1957 that all you can do is pass your resolutions. And many times over the last 20 years, people have said that about our party too. Well, they don't say it anymore. And if I was proud of our party in the long years of opposition, I am much, much, much prouder now. Look at our record in government since 2010. Lower income tax for 25 million adults. 2.7 million people on low incomes removed from income tax altogether. Labour's identity cards stopped. The Green Investment Bank started. The earnings link on the pension restored. Equal marriage enacted. Early years education enhanced. And now, following Nick's announcement yesterday, the biggest expansion of free school meals in this country since the Second World War. That is truly a record in government that we can be proud of. And all of these achievements have taken place at a time when we have managed to reduce Labour's massive budget deficit by a third in just over 3 years. And the best of what this coalition is delivering is, in my view, down to the Liberal Democrat component of it. And today we can celebrate delivery of yet another pledge from the front page of our manifesto of 2010. Because as Schools Minister, I can announce that the pupil premium rates for the last year of the Parliament, for 2014, will be set at £935 for every eligible secondary school pupil and £1,300 for every eligible primary school pupil. And this is the final piece of the £2.5 billion per year investment that we promised to give every single child in our country the chance to make a success of his or her life. This, for me, is the policy that we can feel the greatest sense of pride in delivering, because it is going to make a profound difference to the opportunities of millions of young people across our country. And to do all of these things, this list that I have given you, during any normal period of government over just 3 years would be striking. To do all of this at a time of unprecedented austerity, for reasons we understand, is quite simply astounding. Labour, and one or two others, may want to carp and criticise from the sidelines. Let them throw their pebbles. We have achieved, I put it to you, more in 3 years than the Labour Party achieved in their 13 years in office, and we should be proud of that. But we will not rest on our laurels. And now I want your help to draw up the next crucial general election manifesto for 2015. The process of detailed consultation with the party and beyond the party starts today. The themes paper which we're debating today sets out a vision for the future, our ambition to create a stronger economy and a fairer society that enables every single person in our country to get on in life. Labour simply cannot be trusted to deliver a strong economy, and the Conservatives certainly cannot be trusted to create a fairer society. The Liberal Democrats now represent the mainstream majority of the British people who don't want to have to choose between economic efficiency and social justice. But our task is decidedly not simply to weld together conservative economics and Labour social policy. Liberal Democrats have a distinctive economic approach, which is based on far more than simply balancing the books, absolutely crucial though this is. Our strategy is for balanced growth, not the bubble economy. Our ambition is to promote green growth that is sustainable over the long term. And our aspiration is for full employment that is based on decent incomes and high skills, and not on low pay or stripped down employment rights. Our social policies, too, are far removed from the mass means testing and top-down targets of Labour. We don't want the Whitehall screwdriver to reach down to every school and every hospital in our country, meddling and interfering with the work that we should trust to those who have responsibilities for these areas. Instead, we believe in setting people free through education and employment, and our vision is of powerful citizens backed by an enabling state. Nick Clegg has said that our next manifesto will have to be clear about our priorities and honest about what can be delivered. And it is essential that we use the next year to think through very clearly in advance our strategy to deliver on our priorities in the next Parliament. But let me be clear about this. We would discharge neither our responsibilities to the great cause of liberalism, nor our duties to the British people, if we simply produced a programme of trimming and fudging that was designed only to make it easier to secure our places at the top table of power. Our passion is not to be in government, it is to do in government. And a party in the medium and long term cannot motivate its members or galvanise its supporters if it cannot say what it truly believes in, loudly, proudly and clearly. Nor will we win new members in the future by asking them to join a small bungalow annex of a larger political house. More than anything, and this is an issue for all of our parties in an era of coalition politics, the public does deserve to be able to make a real choice between competing visions of our nation's future. So let me be clear that our party will once again fight the coming elections as an independent and distinctive political force. We are not writing a coalition manifesto, we are writing a Liberal Democrat manifesto. And when we return to Glasgow in a year's time, we will debate and agree our outline programme for government. A vision of a strong and sustainable economy, a vision of a fair and free society, a clear and ambitious plan of action to deliver a liberal future of which all of us in this party can be proud. Thank you.